Where are we going, Luke?
Well, long-term destination, Fillmore. Immediate destination, gas station across the street.
Here we go.
So what we're doing is we are sneaking over this little tiny farm field, over this little tiny hill. Me and my cousin Luke are going to get down in these cattails, and as we're just going to sit in these cattails because we've been seeing a large concentration of greenheads, teal, gadwall, etc. of ducks down there. And what we're going to be doing is pass shooting. The ducks seem to be cutting these points, and there's two of them, one right to the right and one right to the left of this pond. And we sent some guys to the right over into that little cut, and what they are going to do is they're going to shoot at some ducks in there, and hopefully we can get some pass shooting.
Come right at us from the right, Look from the right. Get in here, get all the way in. Thanks. I got 5 down over here. I got 6 down.
So what I'm doing here is I am sneaking to the back side of this small pond, which is filled with teal buffleheads, a few mallards, and some gadwall. The reason I'm sneaking behind is because we have 3 guys posted on the far side, on the side towards the road, and what I am going to do is I'm going to sneak around the back of them and practically scare them up towards them so everybody is over there has a shot. It's kind of like a drive almost.
I know.
Marking the spot of your kill and where your game falls is really essential when you're hunting in Canada, because a lot of the areas around the sloughs and ponds you'll be hunting are very tall grasses, and if you don't mark your animal, you could be off by a few feet and you could not be able to find that bird. And even with a dog, if you're looking at a different area than where your game dropped, it'll still be hard for your dog to find it.
I got it. Never mind. Ooh, get ready. Get ready. Right here. I know, that's what I'm saying. This is the slough, Derek. Derek, get down, get down. Get down, they're coming right at us. Get down, Derek. Derek, get lower. They see us.
You see those three that dumped down right now?
Yeah, I saw 5 more dump down in there right before. Derek, just more coming right at us. Damn. Derek, Derek, it's behind us, behind us, behind us. Okay, let's go. Derek, Derek, behind you. Got him. Derek, Derek, to the right. Get him. Yes! Go.
Okay, the next process in doing the final clean on these ducks is getting the final feathers off of it, all these little pin feathers, all the little other feathers that are on here. It'll clean it up real nice and neat. And then first part we do this, well, first, but anyway, this is how you wax a duck. You take the duck, make sure you spread the wings out so you get the wax underneath the wings.
So what do you got in the bucket here?
And the bucket is just water with duck wax on top of it. It's a special formulated wax. I get it out of Wisconsin. It's called Junior's Duck Wax, and it's made to stick perfectly solid to the duck. Make sure it takes all the feathers off.
And is there a certain temperature you have to heat the wax up to, or just until it melts?
Just want to make sure that the temperature of the wax, or the temperature of the water, melts the wax. It can't be too hot or it'll just run off. That's why you have to wait until the wax gets to a certain substance before you dunk the duck, so it makes sure it adheres. You'll see what I'm saying. There'll be a nice coat of wax on here when I'm done.
All right.
I wax them 3 times, put them in all the way through.
All the way up to the neck?
Get them through that layer of wax. Bring it up and you can start to see the wax starting to form. I let it dry a little bit. And then I knock it 1 more time, or actually 2 more times. And you can see that the wax is starting to get whiter and whiter as we put more coats on it. And I put 3 coats on it. And this will be the final coat as it comes out. Now we'll let that harden up so the wax is nice and hard, and we'll show you what it looks like when we take the wax off and how clean that duck comes out with no feathers at all. Looks like a plucked chicken when we're done.
Perfect. All right, so what's the process now since with the wax is all hardened and everything?
Well, boys and girls, the next process in cleaning a duck is getting the wax off. You can see that it's nice and hard now, and we're going to start cracking it off. You see how that pulls off like that? Nice and crisp, nice and clean. Comes off in nice big chunks. Look at that. See all those feathers are gone? And how this comes off so nice and neat. Cleaning up just like a baby's butt.
It's really nice because it gets all of the small feathers off and it gets all the pin feathers. So when you go to smoke it or whatever you're going to do with your duck, then you don't have to worry about all those little feathers that would bother you if you didn't wax the duck.
Yeah, you don't want to be eating feathers. You want to eat duck.
And this is just one of the processes we do while we're up here in Canada. We clean ducks many different ways, and we eat these up here. We smoke them. We bring a smoker up, and we have a nice meal with them.
The thing you have to realize, though, is this is not a legal duck to bring back the way it is because there's not a wing left on it. We're only preparing these up here like this because we're going to eat these within the next day or 2. As you can see now, all the wax is off.
We got all the feathers off the duck pretty much, besides the head, because we leave the head on just for a little bit longer for a little bit process. But we got all the feathers off, and it's super nice, and it's going to be good for eating.
And the next process is we'll be taking the entrails out, taking the head off, and cleaning it out for eating purposes. We'll be eating it probably within the next day.
Perfect. Alright, so after we finish waxing out the duck, it's good, and all the feathers are off this and it's smooth and everything, we gut it. So what we do is we just take a knife, and I already made the cut, but you cut a little slice right in here, right in the gut cavity, so it opens it up. And I'm going to go over here. You always want to do it over a bag because you don't want to get the guts all over the place. Then you kind of want to pull it apart a little bit. And what I like to do is I like sticking my fingers as far up in there as I can. And I like pushing them down so I can get all the guts. And just pull it out like that. Get all as much as you can out. And then you got these 2 little things right here. You gotta want to push out underneath those, because if you don't get those out, sometimes it'll taint the meat. And they're just kind of like, they're almost like little, I don't even know what they are, but like that stuff. And then just you go get in there, get some of the lung out, because those usually stick to the side walls and up on the bottom You want to get all that out. You want to make sure you get it all out, just because if it gets hot or warm or anything, then it's going to really affect the meat. And you just want to make sure you can get it as clean as possible. And after that, it's gonna look like this, where there's not gonna be a whole lot of other stuff in there. And then you got a gutted teal. All right, so what do we got going
This
here?
is the next step in the eating process of these teal. You watch them being plucked, you watch them being waxed, you watch them being gutted, and now they've been brined overnight, a light salt brine. They've been dusted with garlic salt, and they're ready to be smoked. We're going to put them on. I'm going to plug it in, and in about an hour and a half when they're done, and then we're going to eat them.
Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna smoke these up. We got our little smoker here. It's not a very big one, but work does the job. We got them all
We got 16
seasoned
ducks
up,
on there.
and we got 16 teals, so they're gonna taste good tonight. Today, I'm gonna teach you guys how to clean a duck that we just shot today. It's a nice northern shoveler, or as we call them, spoonies. So we're just gonna breast it out. We're gonna get them to look like this over here. So what we're doing first is you're gonna wanna find the top of the breastplate, and with a knife, you're just gonna make a little cut right there and open up the skin, and then you're just gonna use your fingers, peel away the skin like this. And all the skin off the breast. Bring it all the way around so it's easiest to... It's still recording, it just turns off the screen. So just back up a little bit to make it full. And then so next you're gonna wanna use your knife and follow this breastplate down. And they've got two sections. So right here's the main part, and then they've got like a little tenderloin right here. And it's just a little bit of meat. I like to get it. Some people prefer not to, but for me, I like to get it. And then you're just gonna, just like a fish, if you've ever filleted a fish before, you're gonna follow the bones all the way down.
I got a knife in it.
Just all the way down. And then there's this little, where the wing joint is, you're gonna cut right in front of that. And then it should just be skin that's attached to it. There you got a nice fillet. So that's how you breast the duck. Some of the cleaning, it helps with the transporting.
It helps with... What kind of duck is that? Gad?
Yeah. It's called the bird hitch. It helps get just the breast out.
All right. Oh, that one's not bad. Get a knife. Cut that. There you go.
And then once you're done, it's just the breast meat.
You're left
All
with
the
just the
entrails?
wings, all the entrails,
The
head,
head
feet,
come off on this.
and you're left with just the breast if you want to breast them out when you get home.
You need a wing for transportation.
Yes, you need, make sure you have a wing on there for
Fully
transportation.
feathered wing. And most of the ducks we do that we don't pluck and wax, we just breast out. So all you really need, this saves you a lot of time in gutting them and taking the entrails out and a lot of freezer space. And it keeps it cleaner.
Perfect.
Or that's something.
So, what we're doing here is we're bagging and tagging the ducks, which after we'd used the bird hitch, which I showed you previously, we bag and tag the ducks so we can bring them across the border. And so all we have right here is the wings and the breast. And right here, this is a gadwall. You can tell it's a gadwall because it's got the brown and black feathers that are right on the wing. A mallard would have blue right here, but a gadwall has brown and black. So what we want to do here is we want to put it in the bag. But with this, we want to make sure we leave one wing out so we can easily identify it. So we want to get it, put it in there. And then I like to twist the
excess on the bag.
Even these, I mean, those are all
And then what we do
Call them when you throw them in and
is
let me know.
we wrap it around. And once it's wrapped around,
Yep. They're all poked
we
out.
grab a zip tie here.
Piles?
These are the ones that are
Okay.
And zip tie that shut. And then we want to make sure to write what the duck is on here. So for gadwall, I'll just put gad on there. And then we throw it into the freezer and we're ready to go. Okay, it's the end of our trip. We got everybody here getting ready to leave. How'd you think the trip went?
An amazing time.
good
Camaraderie.
Good.
Good duck hunting. Everything was perfect.
Yep, it was a beautiful thing.
Oh, Luke.
A little windy.
Oh, Wendy.
Curmudgeon. The guy's gonna
Took a little
complain.
bit to find the ducks this time, more than usual, but
That would be it.
always a great time and always goes too fast.
How are you, Papa?
Papa? I tell you, this was a great trip, great friends, great time with good people. And that's what it's all about. It's not how many ducks you put on the ground, it's how much fun you have doing it.
Hey, listen, we saw some moose. The weather was pretty good. You know, I mean, it wasn't overly hot. The ducks, except for the sleep. We got ducks. I shot ducks. Had a great time. Super friends. It was a great time.
Awesome.
They said it.